I don't want to see Kevin tear it down. I don't want to see him have to, go through much more than he's already gone through. It's been a protracted build-out of 7 years. The economy's been up and down. He's a hard-working guy. I see him at 4 in the morning. I happen to like him. So I want to see something equitable for him, but I understand the Norris's point of view, and that's why I wanted to side with the Norris's also because of, how our house looks. We're going to have to, obviously to make our house more private, we'll have to put up a tent or whatever it's called, a gazebo or something, or a couple gazebos, so we can have a little more privacy from the master's suite or from the backyard, where the kids play. So it's a tough position to be in, not only for you guys, but for everyone out here. Because we're all, in a sense, victims. Kevin and his family are victims because they just wanted to build their dream home. And, when you start building something and it's protracted over time, you get more ideas, you start analyzing and thinking and intellectualizing, the house gets bigger. Or it gets a little bit, each room gets, whatever it is, before you know it, you've got a 26-foot tall house instead of a 24, or whatever the code is. So I understand all of that. So I really empathize, for Kevin, who is also a victim here, and his family. So it's a really tough position to be in because you want to have your privacy. We moved into this old neighborhood, like I said earlier, and, I grew up in Rossmore, and if anyone knows what that's like, it's all single-story homes in Los Alamitos that have been built up. And the lots are nice size, and they're separated out. And I'm sure there's some complaints in that city as well now, with all these build-outs and the new kids coming up. So it's a tough position to be in. What would I like to see for me personally, if I'm being a selfish person in front of the board here? I'd like to see maybe 5 feet taken off the guy's balcony. But then I'm being a lousy neighbor by doing that. But, literally I'll be able to see the whole family standing up there. And we may be the closest of friends, and we may throw baseballs back and forth to each other, but it's just a tough position to be in because of the positioning of the lot. And, we're just at an impasse here. So I don't want this guy to tear his house down. But what I would like is just some minor amendments made, maybe that can make everybody happy. I don't expect him to kill himself over this, but I want Mr. and Mrs. Norris to have a little bit more privacy if possible. If we can all sit down at a round table and think, I own a landscape company, maybe I can buy redwoods and we'll drive through them. Something. But I really want everyone to be happy because, remember the old adage, guys, happy wife, happy life. In this particular case, it's happy community, happy neighbors. I want all of that, just so we can live in peace. And one of the things with my family and I is we like our privacy, and that's why we moved to this little place. Because it's an old neighborhood, and you can't see much, and if you want to be friendly with a neighbor and get a cup of sugar or a couple of eggs, you can do that. Or if you don't have to see anybody for 6 months. It's a beautiful thing. And, a lot of our friends, our kids go to a little school in Luisa Vieja, so most of our friends are, 8 miles away with the kids and everything. So it's a different dynamic here. So if there's a way that maybe the board or we could all get together as a community and maybe come to the house, walk through everybody's house, you'll see my backyard, it'll give me a reason to clean it up. And we can all get together and really look at it and try to help the community so we can help Kevin because he's been working hard for 7 years, and to help the Norrises who literally got sucked into this thing, buying a house, that probably went into foreclosure and they bought their dream home too. So we have two people who, and they're at odds at best because they really stare at each other. I don't have it as badly because I have, a forest. But I'd like to see something done where, Kevin's already raised the windows, and I thought that was commendable. Whether he was forced to or not, it's a great idea. Although they lose a little view, the neighbors are a little more comfortable. There's got to be something that we can do to help the Norrises out and to help Kevin out so Kevin can put butts in the seats, as they say, he can live in his home. And so that the Norrises can have the splendor of what we've known since we moved in 1998, which is peace. I used to do campouts in the backyard and bring horses in every year just to make a little campground out there because it was so pretty in the backyard. How many neighbors can even do that? You can't do it anywhere. If I did that in, I did that in, I was going to say, Ladera Ranch, where the sun is a half an inch away from you, you couldn't have a horse or anything on the property. I mean, just to play with the kids and have fun. So we really like this sort of anonymity and this, what are we known for? Our trees here. Aren't we known for 44,000 trees in the city? So I just is there something that we can do if we cut to the chase as a group? Can we all get together on a Saturday, have a barbecue, sit down and intellectualize so that the Morrises get what they deserve, so that Kevin gets what he deserves, and maybe we have a little extra privacy in our backyard too. I have no idea what I just said, but if any of it was close, thank you very much, guys.
Did a good job. I'm sorry, I just wanted to add one more thing. This is not an attack against the Kendalls. They are nice people, and I do want peace and harmony between our neighbors. I do believe that on your original handout there was a map that showed who was opposed and who was against it. And the problem with this is that on the original sheet that was signed back in 2005, the Neighbor Awareness Fund, a lot of those people, well, one of them has actually died, and so that person actually that owns it now is very opposed to it. And there's some information here that I don't feel that the council has been given. There are a lot of neighbors who are very concerned about how this will set a precedence and change the community as a whole. We started a Facebook page, and we had a garage sale this last Saturday and had any neighbor who wanted to come into the backyard and see for themselves. We had a huge response. I started a petition, and we have a lot of neighbors now that are wanting to speak up against this and saying, you know what, this isn't right. This is not right. This is not an attack on the Kendalls. Like I said, we were never given the opportunity at the review board or in the early stages of this because we weren't notified. So this is our chance now to say, this isn't right. And it is about the setbacks. I know you're hearing a lot of information about other things, about limits of permits and things like that. But the issue at hand is setbacks. And I just want you to ask yourself if that house, the way that it is right now, at 5 feet, do you feel that does not violate the municipal codes that were put there to protect the neighborhood? Because this is what we bought the house for, so that we would have this. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Sir?
Got one left here.
Okay.
Haley Moritz is my name.
I'm sorry, say that again, please.
Haley Moritz.
Eddie?
Haley.
Ellie. Moritz. Okay.
And the location I live at is on Grandia, but I'm up near where the Ruckers live, up in that area, which is almost the top of the hill. So anyway, I showed in my talk skit there that I was in between both parties. I was down to see the Norris's area, and pretty rotten when you see that end. So my talk is strictly on, I want to make sure all the voting members here of the city visit those sites, the house itself, the houses that are affected, before they vote, because I think it will be just like some of the pictures were good there, I thought. And I didn't plan on seeing pictures, but I was glad to see some that I didn't know about. But anyway, that's one of the things. The other thing is, if it is approved for the building to go ahead, if they can, and I think you've already mentioned this, or someone's mentioned it, that windows be raised so that you have privacy of the houses below. So that's the end of my talk.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, council members, do you have anything that you would like to ask the Morrises or Mr. Gilbert or Ms. Bogue? Anything at this point? Councilman Keller, no? Okay. Then we will continue on with other people who have come to speak. And we will, let's see, let me count how many, because it's 8:30. Oh my goodness. we have probably about 15, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are what? Oh, thank you, Kathy. Thank you. I need all the help that I can get. Well, we're better. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. About 14. So how about if we do this, because I want everybody to have their opportunity to speak, but if you would be so kind as to keep it can we do like 2.5 minutes? Would that be all right? And if somebody has already said what you have wanted to say, if you would just say, I agree with that person or whatever, then we'll be able to do that. Is that all right? We in agreement? I don't want anyone to walk out of here saying that you didn't have an opportunity, because we do want that. And there are then written statements that